Have you ever heard of the observer effect in quantum physics? It's this fascinating idea that tiny particles, like electrons, behave differently when they're being watched. When no one's looking, they exist in a state of pure potential, a wave of possibilities. But the moment you try to measure or observe them, that wave collapses into a single, definite particle. It's like they pick a reality just because you glanced their way. Now, what if we thought about our own souls in a similar way? Imagine your soul, when it's not being observed, is like that quantum wave. It's free, limitless, and full of potential. In these quiet moments, when you're alone with your thoughts, you can explore every possibility without judgment or expectation. You can dream of being an artist, a scientist, an adventurer. You can be anyone, do anything. In this private, internal universe, your soul is in its most expansive and creative state, a beautiful, undefined wave of pure energy. But we don't live in a vacuum. We are constantly being observed, not just by others, but by ourselves, and for many, by a higher power, by God. This is where the analogy gets really interesting. When we feel observed by others, it can often feel like pressure. We worry about what they'll think. Will they approve? Will we be judged? This social observation can make our wave of potential collapse into a very small, safe, and often limited particle. We conform, we play it safe, we hide parts of ourselves to fit in. The observation of our own self can be just as restrictive. We become our own harshest critics. Our inner judge is constantly measuring our actions against a standard of perfection. Did I say the right thing? Am I good enough? I shouldn't have done that. This self-scrutiny can freeze our potential, trapping us in cycles of self-doubt and fear. We stop ourselves from taking risks, from being vulnerable, from truly living, because we are so afraid of our own judgment. Our soul, which longs to be a boundless wave, becomes a tiny, trapped particle, defined by our own insecurities. But what about God's observation? This is where the perspective can shift dramatically. In many spiritual traditions, God's observation isn't seen as a critical, judgmental gaze. It's not about control or restriction. Instead, it's a gaze of pure love, understanding, and guidance. Think of it less like a scientist measuring a particle and more like a gardener tending to a plant. The gardener's attention doesn't limit the plant. It helps it grow towards the sun. It provides the right conditions for it to flourish and become the best version of itself. In this vision, God's observation is what gives our potential direction and meaning. It's an invitation to take all that wave-like freedom and channel it into something real and beautiful. The freedom to explore possibilities and the responsibility for the choices we make are two sides of the same coin, both gifts from a place of divine wisdom. Your soul is free to move, to grow, to choose its path, but it's also held accountable, not as a punishment, but as a way for your choices to have real substance and impact in the world. When we choose a path, when we decide to be kind, to create art, to help someone, our wave of potential collapses into a beautiful, tangible act. That act becomes part of our reality, a particle with mass and meaning. God's loving observation doesn't take away our freedom. It honors it. It says, I see the infinite possibilities within you, and I also see the wonderful reality you choose to create. It's a presence that both liberates and grounds us. So, the next time you feel the weight of being watched, ask yourself, whose observation am I feeling? Is it the limiting judgment of others, or myself? Or is it the loving, guiding presence that encourages my soul to be both a boundless wave of potential and a beautiful particle of purpose? Embracing this divine observation allows us to live more freely, more courageously, knowing that we are seen, not as flawed beings to be judged, but as magnificent souls in the process of becoming. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. See you next time.